Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And I am Misko.
And welcome to Overwatch Central. So we know the talk of tournaments pre-launch are a very delicate subject for a lot of people, but the One Nation of Gamers Overwatch Invitational is something you definitely want to be watching this weekend with its total prize pool of $3,000. The Gosu Gamers Weeklies and the ESL Community Cups have been good indications of what teams are on top at the moment, but this is the biggest tournament in Overwatch so far, and we definitely feel that we will see teams play at their best and maybe see some upsets throughout the tournament. In this video we are going to go over the 8 teams that have reached the finals, their origins and backgrounds, as well as who to look out for in the tournament.
First we will talk about the teams that qualified for the 7th and 8th slot in the tournament. Starting with Life of Hanzo for the US. Life of Hanzo is probably one of the youngest teams in this tournament, featuring Mesrar and Dummy, previously from Not Enigma, Seagull's old team. They joined ID and D-Hang from Flash Rebels, as well as AZK and Durs, who had played for other teams. They beat Prime in the qualifiers 3-1 and are ranked 11th in the Gosu Gamers rankings, but their first game is against the mighty IDDQD, so it might be a baptism of fire in their first series. ID is the star player in this team with his insane Quake skills on a Pharah, but the thought of Mesrar and Dummy playing against their old teammates Enigma and Seagull is something we're really hoping to see.
Melty were the next team to qualify for Europe. Unlike Life of Hanzo, Melty have been around from the very start, not only playing in the first Gosu Gamers Weekly and the 2 early AlphaCast tournaments, but winning them as well. Not only that, Melty recently went to the Gamers Assembly event in Poitiers and won the Overwatch tournament that took place there. Ever since the first tournaments at the start of the closed beta, Melty have kind of fallen down the ladder a bit and have an overall ranking of 7th. Not only that, their form against the other teams that are in this tournament tends not to be very good. But we definitely feel with the forward momentum from winning the Gamers Assembly tournament, Melty just might be a force to be reckoned with in this tournament. The player that you should definitely keep an eye on, of course, is Deagle.
Cloud9 have gone under several names and have been around for quite some time actually. Starting up as Sad Boys in December, they eventually took a break until February and came back as Google Me. They featured in several finals so far in the ESL and Gosu Gamer tournaments, racking up 2 first place wins and 2 second places, the most recent being Sunday's 3-1 loss to Reunited. They are currently ranked 3rd in the world, and they are certainly very good at finishing in the top 4s of the tournament, but not as good at winning in the finals it seems. Shorfer and Reaver are incredibly talented players, so make sure to look out for them for some great plays.
FlatEarth are the dark horses of this tournament. In Phase 1 beta they went under the name of My Dong. Ever since then we feel that FlatEarth have kept their cards close to their chests, and up until this weekend we rarely saw them in the Gosu Gamers tournaments. But they have been dominated in the ESL Community Cups, with several cup wins under their belts, giving them a ranking of 5th. It'll be interesting to see how FlatEarth fares against the likes of Luminosity and Cloud9, who they haven't played in quite some time. And seeing as their first game is against Cloud9, that game will surely be one worth watching. RTA is a great player to watch on his skill with hit scan weapons, but we also feel that there aren't many better Reinhardts than Reinforce around. Reinforce hasn't been in the team long, but we definitely feel that he is a good pick for them, so all of you tank lovers out there might want to keep an eye on him.
We did a video a fairly long time ago talking about Team Hubris and their love of diva spam at the end of a map. Lots of things have changed, and in that time Hubris have become Team Envious. Since then they haven't been able to replicate their dominance of the tournaments from before Christmas, but similar to a lot of teams so far, have always finished quite high up in the tournaments as shown with their 4th ranking. They have a good record against the likes of Luminosity and Cloud9, but their first match is against Melty, 2 teams we haven't seen play against each other for quite some time. Coolmet is the front figure of Envious and arguably one of the most renowned players in the Overwatch scene.
Reunited are definitely the team with their wind in their sails right now, winning the US Gosu Gamers Cup on Sunday night by beating Cloud9 and then leapfrogging them to 2nd in rankings, and also narrowly losing to IDDQD on the Saturday in the EU tournament. Losing 3-2 overall to IDDQD is not something to be ignored, as it's not often that you see a team play that strongly against a dominant European team. Previously part of Fnatic, Reunited left that esports organisation to work on their own and have now started to find some confidence and a good run of form, just in time for this tournament. If you want an underdog team to follow that has a good shot of winning the main prize, then look no further than these guys. Too Easy is a great player to watch, and we might see some great team synergy from these guys that are currently ranked 2nd.
The penultimate team we're going over are the fan favorites Luminosity. We've lightly discussed Not Enigma at the start of the video with Life of Hanzo. Well, this is where the other third of the team went. with Clockwork and Uplight going off doing other things. Deagle and Enigma disbanded from Not Enigma and joined up with Harblue, who played one match with NE and Milo to form Mix-Up. With a few changes, they finally settled on Esper, who was a former Envious healer, and Pyro on the Lucio. Recently their form hasn't been great and they have struggled to reach the finals of any tournament since their acquisition by Luminosity. It's hard to say how exactly Luminosity will do in this tournament, especially with their first game against the in-form Reunited. Our pick from this team has to be the man himself, Deagle, and as we said before, Luminosity vs Life of Hanzo is a game we really want to see.
Last but not least, our final team is IDDQD, which of course is the god mode cheat from Doom. For some reason it seems to have worked for Overwatch 2, as IDDQD are currently undefeated in 55 games from this video being recorded. If we were betting men, we'd be stupid not to put money on these guys with that record, but this tournament is sure to have some twists and turns. It comes as no surprise that IDDQD are ranked number 1 in the world so far, but bear in mind that Reunited got very close to beating the Unbeatables last weekend. And with the recent changes to the Zenyatta, Genji and Symmetra team composition, their favoured 2 Genjis, 2 Zens, Symmetra and Lucio comp isn't as good as it once was. They are definitely the ones to shoot at in this tournament, and who knows? They just might lose their unbeaten record here, but it's going to take one amazing team display to do that. Plumpy and Mendo are obvious picks that who we are excited to watch, but Internet Hulk is one of our personal favourites as he is the person that acts as the team engine almost. Definitely don't miss out on the IDDQD games.
So that's all of the teams in the tournament. If you want to watch it this weekend, you can find the main stream at twitch.tv/OneNationOfGamers, going from 10 AM to 5 AM PDT, that is 6 PM to 1 AM BST on the Saturday. This day will feature the winners bracket, and then on the Sunday we'll see the losers bracket and the grand final. This will be from 10 AM to 4 PM PDT, which is 6 PM to midnight in BST for us Europeans. With the recent addition to Ranked, we feel that Blizzard are going to go hard on their esports scene, and even though the game isn't out yet, it's a good showcase on how the tournaments could be run, as well as worth a watch to learn how to play certain characters, such as tanks, supports or flex heroes. We're definitely looking forward to it and are excited to see the big plays that we are sure that the tournament will feature.
And that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Big shout out to ESL, Gosu Gamers, Liquipedia and Overwatch GG for your information and footage. And a special thanks to our friend Fishsticks who is putting this all together with his tournament staff. It's going to be a blast, so see you there hopefully, and until next time, take care.